the to prepare clerks. That's why the education system which we found in India right now is all about mugging up. You just mug up, you vomit it, and your percentile will decide that you are an intelligent person. But those people, many people who score very well in exams, they crash in personal. When personal dilemma comes, when personal problems come, they just crash. Why? Because nobody taught them that life is not only about getting marks. Life is also about people management. Life is also about self-management. Life is also about patience. Life is also about respecting the other person. So with this journey, we are making an attempt to create a set of people, to have a set of people who, through the help of Vedic sciences, not only manage themselves, but turn out to a boom for the people in their family and eventually to society. With this prayer in mind, we will start today's class, and we will start with Om Guruve Namah 12 times. First, before we do Guruve Namah, you many of you might be aware, Guru means Guru. The word Guru is derived from the word Gu Jamaru. Gu means darkness and Ru means light. So one who takes me from the darkness towards light is my Guru. One who, see, you all know everything, but when the Guru comes, what he does, he tells you, rather than looking here and there, look at only this direction and you will find the success. He makes you a laser beam. Your light is scattered. When a true Guru appears in your life, he makes you understand that how to see in a particular position so that success, victory, or whatever you are aspiring in life, you can attain that. So with this, we will start. And if most of you are comfortable, try to open your camera so that I can see your expressions. I can see how much knowledge is passing, because I don't think so anybody has made it is visible. So it's a request, open your cameras. Om Gurave Namah, 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 Om Gurave Namah. Okay, before I start, I would like to ask some of you, what is your background about astrology? You know, you have a fair idea or you don't have any idea? Anyone like to comment?
Manisha ji, can you tell us whether you know anything about astrology, or you are a beginner, or you want to learn, or why you want to learn?
Hello.
Yeah, Manisha ji, you can share something about yourself.
I'm interested in knowing about stars and all that.
Okay.
Pramoda Shetty ji, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So can you just give us a brief thing about yourself, brief introduction about yourself?
Actually, brief introduction means...
So whether you know astrology, you are interested in astrology, you are a beginner or experienced, or what? Just something related to astrology.
No, I'm a beginner. I'm interested in astrology. Would like to know what it is. Yeah.
Anybody else would like to share their experience or something about themselves? Mr. Vijay Kumar? Ma'am, you can start, I think so.
Okay, I got an idea. So let us start with it. So as far as I can gauge, all of you more or less are novices and who are seekers for the knowledge. And knowledge means Jyotish is derived from the word Jyoti Jamaish. So when you study Vedanga, when you move towards Jyotish, it means your soul is ready to move towards the light. Because whenever we read, whenever genuinely you go for any Vedic sciences, whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is yoga, whether it is Tantra, even it is music or Jyotish, it means that the soul is ready to transform, or the soul is looking for a light, or soul is ready to take the next leap forward. That's why you are interested in such a deep subject called Jyotish, because it is derived from the word Jyoti Jamaish. One who is the giver of light is Jyotish. Light not only means physical light, light also means mental light and spiritual light. So, Jyotish is really deep, but how we understand it, or what are the basic pillars on which Jyotish understands? See, the Moolbhoot, or the basic concept from where Jyotish emerges, is from the theory of Adi Shankara, where he says Yat Brahmande Tat Pinde, means whatever is in the universe, that is in the human being. That is the concept of Advaita, which says Aham Brahmo Asmi, I am the Brahma. So what does it mean? That whatever is there in the universe, that is there in me also. So that is the foundation of astrology, because many people can ask you how a planet who is such a distance apart, thousand millions of years apart from us, how that planet is going to affect me. I'm just a miscellaneous entity on the planet Earth. So we derive the answer from Adi Shankara, where he says that you are not separate from the universe. You are part of the universe. What is happening in universe is going to affect you. Why? Because the universe is made up of Panch Mahabhutas, Panch Tattva. Same are you. What is the Srishti, or what is creation? Creation is made up of 5 elements. And what are those 5 elements? Bha, Ga, Va, Ana, Bhumi, Gagan, Vayu, Agni, and Jal. You, me, Manisha, Pramoda, everyone, we all are also made up of 5 elements. And what are those 5 elements? Bhumi, Gagan, Vayu, Agni, and Jal. What is Bhumi in your body? How will you say? The skin. It is the earth element. The skin which you are seeing is the earth element. And the same thing is represented by planet Mercury in your chart. So Mercury is not only a planet, it is not a loose entity in the universe. Mercury, or in your horoscope, Mercury is your earth element. Mercury is your smelling element. Mercury is your finance. Mercury is your buddhi. Mercury governs your logic. Because when you are stable, when you are connected with the earth, you imbibe all the energy of earth. So what is there in the earth? When you go deep, there are a lot of jewels in the earth. There is coal, there is diamond, there is petroleum. So that is the power of Mercury. So from now onwards, if someone asks you why Jyotish is, it is not hulala science. It is not a science to scare people. It is a science to understand self. It is a science to make you a better person. Somehow I was thinking since today in the afternoon also, I'm just thinking over the idea that someday through Jyotish we'll have a sessions where we will ask people to declutter their mind. We'll invite people, because you all on Deepavali, you declutter your stores, you declutter your almirah, you declutter your kitchen. What about your mind? We never ever think of decluttering here. If you live in pity, you keep on living on pity. If you live in sympathy, you keep on living on sympathy. If you live in anger, you keep on driving the anger. So Jyotish paves a way of self-cluttering your mind. So Mercury. Then from Mercury, we come to the water element. What is water element? In the entire universe, entire Srishti, there is water. Water is through floods, water is through rains, water is in the river, water is in the ocean. Same water is in your body. How? Your taste. If your tongue doesn't have saliva, you will not have a taste buds. When you eat sweet, when you eat sour, when you eat not so good food, who's telling you it's not good? It's your taste buds. This. because there is saliva, they generate saliva. Then you have water in your armpits. When your tears flows down, in your blood you have water. And similarly, the most refined form of water is the sperms or the egg which you produce, which has the capacity to create a totally entirely similar being like you. So that is water element. So if and how astrology governs, in astrology, planet Venus and moon represents your water element. If your Venus is weak, simple, you can tell that there can be a procreation issues with the person, because Venus represents semen. Venus represents your ability to procreate things. If there is a problem with the moon, moon is weak, moon in your, it means emotional mind is weak. Or if moon is with Mars, it means there is too much anger in the emotional mind. Simple. We are totally governed. But what is there in the universe? What are the planets? What are the tattvas? Same tattvas are there in your body. And that is what Ayurveda does. That is what exactly astrology does. We match the tattvas. Now from Bhumi, Gagan, there is Agni. I'm making you understand through the process of creation, because when creation happens, on the last table there is earth, from earth water, from water there is Agni. So Agni, where is Agni in your body? Agni is there in your eyes. If the Agni of the eyes slow down, one becomes blind. You can't see. Agni is in your stomach. If there is too much Agni in your stomach, you can have digestive problems. You can have ulcers in your stomach. It means there is too much fire in the belly. You are very ambitious, or you can be very crude while attaining the things, or you can be very rude when you are attaining, when you want to attain something. So we have fire. And where is fire in your horoscope? The sun, the planet sun represents the fire, and it represents your soul. And who is the giver of soul? Your father. So everything is connected. That's why when we see sun, we determine what is your relationship with your father. So if, for example, if your son is weak and a child is brought up, the child has been abandoned by the son, means by the father. When the child grows up, he has a deep trauma, he has a deep anguish. Oh, my father left me, he didn't take care of me. But when you go to a good astrologer, he makes the person convinced, see son, it is your son only, S-U-N. The planet sun is weak in your chart. It was destined that you have to go through this pain. So what the astrologer is doing, what a good astrologer is doing, he is trying to heal the person. He is giving him, from grief, the person is changing his energies to acceptance. And once you accept, then you can move forward, because up till and unless you are in grief, you are in trauma, you are in blame game, you can't rise further in life. Now after Agni, there is another tattva which we call as Vayu. Vayu means air element. And what is air? Where is air in your body? Most subtle form of air in your body is your breath. The breath you take. And it is very important. For example, if what is the importance of breath? Even if for a second you are not able to breathe, then you will understand the importance of breath. And that is Saturn in your chart, because Saturn and Rahu represents Vayu Tattva. They govern your longevity, for how long these breaths, how many breaths we are going to take are fixed in human body. So Saturn governs how many breaths we are going to take. Right? Saturn, your muscles, your nerves, everything, when degeneration process happens, then Saturn becomes active. Or if Saturn is a tamas planet. So if Saturn is there in your 7th house, maybe your spouse is elder to you, or maybe your spouse is very cold, or maybe your spouse is you want a spouse who's very, very hardworking. This is how we match the attributes with the planet. Then after Vayu Tattva, there is Akash, ether element. And ether is represented in your body, but in your horoscope. Where is ether in your body? You are connected because there is ether in your body. Otherwise, my head will be somewhere, my arms will be somewhere, if there is no Guru Tattva. We are connected, we are one element, because there is a strong fat. And who's doing this work? Fat cells in your body is your connectivity. And in your chart, what's that? Guru Tattva. That's why if you have a strong guru, you have strong connectivity with people. If you have weak guru, generally those people will have less connectivity with other people. They will be loners, or they will be in their own, they will not like to mix with people, because guru is like accumulating. Guru is like giving shelter, because it is the fat cells in your body. So that is the importance of guru in your chart when we see the guru. So this was a brief insight of you to understand that what exactly Jyotish is. And Jyotish is not just a science of ifs and buts or permutations or combinations. It is a logic, it is a derived pure system. We till now have not even touched the astronomy part of it. There is a strong astronomy part to it also. What is Jyotish? Jyotish has three parts. That is, Jyotish has Hora, Sahita, and Ganita. Hora is predictive astrology. Ganit is all mathematics, which we don't do today because we have softwares and computer is doing all these things for us. And then there is Sahita. What is Sahita? The Shakun Shastra, the omens. That is, we call as Sahita. So this is how, with this knowledge, with this background, we understand that what is the concept of astrology. Now, there are three main pillars of astrology one has to understand. Though, what are the three pillars? There are 9 planets, 12 rashis, and there are 12 houses. Each and everything has a very important signification, very important connotation, and they represent the journey of life. What we all want. The 12 houses in astrology depicts the 12 emotions which you all want. What are those 12 emotions? Me. First is me. Then my family, my wealth, my siblings. Third is my siblings. Fourth, my mother, my home, my car, my furniture, my jewelry. Fifth, my children. Sixth, my service, my job, my enemies. Seventh, your spouse. Eighth is all about your debts, your hidden diseases. Ninth is all about your fortune, your father. 10th house is about your profession. Karma, we all want good profession, whether you accept it or not. The Rishi, in a very beautiful way, very categorically, he has explained, he has made you understand the journey of life in 12 bhavas. Whether that journey of life is good or bad for you. Am I connected?
Yes, ma'am.
No, just whether that journey of life is good or bad for us, that will be represented by the planets or the situation of that bhava. I was just checking if I could get the slide of bhava. Then there are 12 signs. What are the 12 signs? They are the signs are the constellations. Rishis were very smart. The constellations in the sky, when they used to see the sky with naked eye, they divided those constellations into 12 parts and give them the sign named Rashi. Those constellations or those stars, they affect human mind. And what are the 12 Rashis we have? We have Aries, Taurus, then we have Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, then Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So these are the 12 signs. Then there is 9 planets. Each planet represents something in your life. And generally we have questions, no, this is good for me, this is bad for me, my mother was not good to me, my father was not good to me, or my husband is not good to me, or I am not earning that much of money which I dreamt of. So astrology gives answer to everything. It makes you understand it is about you. It is not about other people because it is your chart. If I am a stranger to you and just by seeing your chart, if I can predict that your mother passed away when you were born, how will you justify it? Whether whether you will keep trying it further, or you will try to understand that my soul has to go through this karma. Maybe that difficulty is helping my soul to reach another level. That is, and of course, then what is the remedy? You will ask the person to make the moon strong, because the rest of the life you can't go with that weak moon, because moon represents your mother. So what is the remedy? You will tell the person, okay, now from now onwards, make your mind strong. This is how we connect the things. This is how an astrologer should give remedy to the person. You have to understand what are the fillers that person need to fill in the chart. So today I thought of we will do Graha only because it is very deep. There are Rashis altogether is a different science. Then if we do houses, we will then again it is a deep. But to give you a brief idea, let us understand the planets again. So sun is a soul. So if sun is strong in your horoscope, one will have a matured soul and will make abundant spiritual progress. It's sun. So just how will be my spiritual progress? Even that is written. Moon, but yes, Jyotish doesn't mean that you should not do your karmas. You have to do your karmas, but yes, it is like a torchlight. It will tell you where you have to put your karmas. It is like that you have opened 10 pits and you are not getting a result. A Jyotishi will tell you, okay, open the 5th pit, dig deep, dig deep, dig deep, you will get the result. Right? Moon is mind. If moon is strong in your chart, it gives you life and strength. Only a pure mind can reflect the glory of God. Mars, strength, courage, strength in every field of body, and it is also the strength of your intellect and logic. Mercury, speech giver, wise and learned. Jupiter, knowledge and happiness, comprehensive knowledge. Venus is semen, refined one. Saturn, grief, sorrow. Rahu, endless desire, secret activities, cheating. Ketu, again, is the moksha. Now there is a concept called the celestial code. The grahas have a celestial code. We have to understand the mind of the graha, because it's not only your mind that graha. We say that the 7 planets or the 9 planets, they have the strings, and the strings are attached to your soul. So whichever dasha you are running, that graha will hold the string, and the person or the mind will behave accordingly wherever is the planet. So if sun dasha is there, you will naturally become a bit arrogant. You will feel I am like a king. The people should listen to me. All these qualities will come into your personality, right? So who is sun in the celestial royal code? He is king, strong, wise and benevolent ruler who wants to pass his hierarchy to Mercury. Instruction given to Jupiter, his minister, and Mars, commander-in-chief. So sun is the king. So what is the one thing we get? If sun is in your lagna or sun is very strong in your horoscope, there are possibilities you will be connected to the king. How will you be connected to the king? You can have a government job. When people come to you, whether I will have a government job or not, you can check with the chart. If sun is very strong, yes, you can have a government job. Simple and interesting also, right? Or if sun is very strong, you yourself have a chance to come to the power. But sun also need friends. So sun is Mercury. He wants to pass his kingdom to his nephew, to his son Mercury. Mercury is the prince charming, right? So he wants to. That is why when sun and Mercury are strong, the person is considered very intelligent. It is a Pandit yoga. And he trusts Jupiter. Jupiter is his minister, or Jupiter is the royal guru, court guru. He trusts Jupiter blindly. Now you understand? Even sun bows down to the Jupiter. That is the glory of Jupiter. That is why we say that one should have strong Jupiter. And Mars is the commander of chief, like Narendra Modi ji is sun nowadays. And army personnel is the Mars, or Amit Shah has got the Mars energy. He is the one who is delegating everything. So you have to see similar things in your chart. So sun has, and now you can see these features in the face of the people also. When someone comes who has a strong sun in the chart, you can see that the person has honey colored eyes, square body, is of clean habits, is bilious, intelligent, manly, and has limited hair on his head. Why a person with strong sun will have a limited hair? Anybody can answer? Because sun generates lot of heat. So when lot of heat is generated in your body, naturally the heat has to move out. So the hairs will fall apart so that heat can go from your body. That's why mainly men are generally men are governed by sun because they are logical. Women are mostly governed by moon because they are emotional, right? That's why women have more emotional problems. Women want more friends because they have moon energy. They want everybody to be together. They want everybody to be happy. And what is sun? Sun is commander in chief. Sun is king. He wants rules to be followed. He wants instruction to be given. Right? So that's how we understand the personality. You have children. For example, some of you have a children who has a strong moon. So you have to help that child of yours to develop sun energy also so that there is a balance. Or you have a child who has a strong sun. He is a very go-getter, but at the same time, he is too ambitious. So as a parent, it becomes our responsibility to nurture the moon qualities also, because sun and moon in your body also, they represents Ida and Pingla Nadi. Ida is your left nostril, which is governed by moon, which is your emotions. And right nostril is your Pingla, which is sun. So when you have any problem related to sun or moon, you can do the remedies through the nadis also, which are Ida and Pingla. Right? So now we come to the great moon also. Celestial royal court, moon. Moon, she is the queen of the royal court. She hates to be alone and tries to maintain harmony and seeks support from all. Moon cannot shine without the light of her husband, and whenever she meets her husband after 30 days in the sky for resources, we call it Amavasya. So sun in your chart is your father, your soul, your logical mind, your money, and moon in your chart represents your emotions, your mother, your mind, your ability to connect with people, how people will love you. Everything is taken by. So now you understood why it is so important to understand your chart. It is so important to understand your chart so that you can understand what is your sun, what is your moon. What is your Ida Nadi, what is your Pingala Nadi, how your right brain is working and how your left brain is working. Everything is connected. If someone has very strong moon, it means that the left part of the brain is working less, there is less light. It means you are taking all the decisions with emotions, and which can backfire. Similarly, if someone has strong sun, it means you are taking all the decisions with practical. What is practical? What is logic? But in relationships, that can backfire. Right? So what is the appearance of moon? What is a description of moon? Moon is a very windy and very phlegmatic, has a round body and is learned. Right? She is learned. She has auspicious looks and sweet speech, is fickle-minded and very lustful. Moon is lustful because when there is water, when there is jala, naturally their emotions are there. And when there are emotions, there is lust and love, both are there. But you have to understand the frame of a person. Phlegm. That is why people who are a bit bulky, you will generally find women who are a bit bulky, they are more emotional. Or women, you can relate it, or women who are very thin. I'm not talking about if someone has achieved that frame through diet or something, but yes, if you're really thin, then Saturn has overpowered you, your personality. The person can be thin outwardly, but there can be pains in the nerves. There can be mood swings because in the mind you need kapha, you need oiling in the mind for the mind to be at ease. If there is lot of air in the mind, then you feel restless. You will feel deprived of the sleep. Everything is connected. See how I derived for you. That moon means phlegm. Phlegm means kapha. In Ayurveda, we have vata, pitta, and kapha, three dosha. So Chandrama has got vata plus kapha. So it is emotions, it is water, it has got lust. But emotions means the body is more bulky because it has more water. So I just said that if someone who, especially if someone artificially reduce weight, they shun oil, they shun everything from the diet, the person can achieve the right frame. I agree with that, but just go close and understand mind. It is possible that such a person can be deprived of sleep because there is now the air element will increase in your body. So Jyotish also teaches you about your body management, about your self-management. It is about that also. And now we will see the last planet of that is our beautiful. I at least yes, he is the beautiful one, the Mars. What is Mars? Celestial royal court Mars. Mars is loyal to the king and his consort. Who is the consort of the king? Moon. Mars takes counsel from Jupiter. He is harsh in action and speech and is a fighter who enforces law and triumph over the kingdom's enemies. He is honorific and courageous. And see, Mars, you can see the symbol of the Mars. It is a triangle. It has got a lot of fire. But the fire of Sun is different from the fire of Mars. Why so? When the sun fire has got both heat and light. When sun shines, you get heat and light. But when Mars is there, you only get heat, less light. So it is very hot. It is close to the sun also. So these people are like commander in chief. They are very loyal. Their only aim is to protect the king and his consort. So you never doubt Mars for his loyalty. And Mars take counsel from the Jupiter. It is harsh in action and speech because if Mars is very polite, then he is no Mars, right? He enforces law and triumphs over kingdom's enemies. He is honorific and courageous. Description of Mars. Mars is cruel, has blood red eyes, is fickle-minded, liberal, hearted, bilious, has thin waist and thin physique. So what if you have Mars in your Lagna? You have these attributes. You will never put on weight. Your nature can be a bit cruel because you will be very practical, liberal, lot of heat in the body. And sometimes you have seen people who have very blood red eyes. So all these are the combinations of the Mars. Such people can be prone to black magic because Mars is the giver of black magic also. So this is how this is. Are you not feeling it is like a picture? It is a royal court, and these understand how beautiful when you are running certain dasha. These planets will govern your mind, or if these planets are very strong in your chart, you will start behaving like those planets. That is the beauty of astrology. So this is then Sun, we did Sun, then there is Moon, Mars, and if there is time, then the last we can cover Mercury. Buddha. Buddha is the giver of Buddhi. Dhi Shakti we get from the Buddha. So Mercury is fast talking, fast acting, and quick-witted. He views the queen, his mother, with enmity, suspicious of her emotions and sensitivities. Any Mercury guy will have suspicion towards his mother. This cloud has judgment and intellect. He is a magician, healer, and is good in herbalism, alchemy, and commerce. Mercury, people generally underestimate Mercury in astrology, but Mercury is a very positive planet in astrology. It can really make and break people because see, everything is coming from it. Commerce, the business you do, your intellect, your logic, your speak ability, everything is coming from Mercury. Judgment, intellect. He is the giver of healers, alchemy. What is alchemy? The ability to convert a stone into gold. Everything is coming from Mercury. So Mercury possesses an attractive physique and the ability to make fun or to speak words having double meaning. Sense of humor, he has a blend of three humors. There are three dosha. If a Mercury dominated person you are, you will have three dosha. Three dosha means Vat, Pitta, and Kapha. All are working in your body at the same time. So this was something that now you understood then how they are governing. For example, if your child has a strong Mercury, he loves to crack jokes. He loves to play around, play to the ground. Then if you as an astrologer, you know, don't stop the child because you know that Mercury is making him do that. If your child has a strong Mars, then try to send that child to playground so that his anger is channelized into something constructive rather than he being fighting with you, fighting with parents, or getting annoyed with things. Better the child goes to a gym. Better the child play football. He kicks out the things. He went out his anger. That is how our ancestors used to study astrology. They try to find out a way. If a girl has got strong Mars, that's why they thought let the girl also get married to somebody who has got equally good Mars, so that anger can balance itself. Right? If your spouse has got very strong Sun, so as a wife, it is better if he has other good qualities. It's better that you pamper the ego because it is the Sun. Of course, it should not be a fake ego or something you find very difficult. But yes, just respect the Sun and get the things done. He's harmless. But if you keep on nagging why you have ego, then it is endless. Because sometimes you have to understand other perspective also. If you have a strong Sun, then you also have to mellow down the ego part of the personality because Sun is a good provider. Sun gives everything, but Sun has one thing which spoils everything, that is huge ego. So that was a short snippet about why every house should have astrology, why we as a generation to go back towards Vedanga, we should start studying Vedic sciences, whether Ayurveda, Jyotish, Yoga, Tantra, Bhagavad Gita, because then the generation which is coming will not only be sound with money, but they will be sound with mind also. Because only money is not going to make the things work. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can ask from me.